What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Latest on Sports Podcast, where today we're going to be covering the crazy day that unfolded in the Rams front office, where they completed 3 trades that involved 2 first-team All-Pro corners and 2 first-round picks being traded today. So, the first one we're going to start out, which is probably the least notable one, is the Rams traded a 2021 5th-round pick for guard Austin Corbett from Cleveland. Now, Austin Corbett was entering his sophomore season, where he was drafted with the 33rd overall pick in the 2018 draft. So Austin Corbett was 1 pick away from being a first-round pick and has been traded not even halfway into the season of his sophomore season. Now, I haven't been paying attention to the Browns a whole awful lot, so I'm not quite sure if Austin Corbett had just been playing terrible or they had a bunch of depth at guard and they figured that they should just trade him and get something out of it. But personally, I believe trading anybody that is drafted that highly at a position that isn't a position that anybody can walk into and play at a super high level, that position being guard or really any offensive line position in the first place. It's very rare to have any offensive lineman just be an instant contributor straight out of the gates. You kind of got to cultivate these guys along and get them to the level you want to be with NFL caliber coaching. Now, on to the second one. The Rams traded away Marcus Peters in exchange for linebacker Kenny Young from the Ravens and an undisclosed pick, which was rumored to be a 4th or a 5th round pick in the 2021 draft. Now, Kenny Young, another very young player, only 24 years old, was a 4th round pick in the 2018 draft. So they targeted 2 people that are in their sophomore season and from the 2018 draft. So to me, I don't know if this means that maybe Corbett and Young were 2 people that the Rams wanted in the draft and just maybe they didn't fall to them, or maybe they just couldn't get them under the circumstances they had in the draft. I think it's interesting that they got 2 very young people from the same draft class that are only in their sophomore season. So to me, this seems like the Rams wanted Corbett or Young, or maybe the both of them, from the get-go in the 2018 draft, but for whatever reason just couldn't land either of them. Now, to the crazy blockbuster trade that unfolded today, the Rams traded a 2020 and 2021 first-round pick and a 2021 4th-round pick for All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey has had a 4-year career that consisted of a Pro Bowl appearance in both 2017 and 18 and a All-Pro year, first-team All-Pro year in 2017. Ramsey is an incredible player who was drafted out of Florida State and has 9 career interceptions, 1 career pick 6, 45 passes defended in only 4 years, and 2 forced fumbles. Now, Marcus Peters, don't sleep on him either, because he was traded from Kansas City after only 3 years with the program, where Kansas City shipped Marcus Peters and a 2018 6th-round pick to the Rams in exchange for a 2018 4th-round pick and a 2019 2nd-round pick. Peters has had a 5-year career, only 1 year older, or 1 year longer career than Jalen Ramsey, and along with Ramsey, he has had 2 Pro Bowls and 1 first-team All-Pro. Marcus Peters was a first-team All-Pro in 2016, Ramsey in 2017, where Marcus Peters, like I said, he had a 3-year career in Kansas City, and this being his 2nd year in Los Angeles. Last year, he did not have a very good year at all with the Rams. The play that instantly comes to my mind is that amazing Saints-Rams game where Michael Thomas had 200-something yards, 2 touchdowns, in that game-winning touchdown where he celebrated with the Torrey Holt phone celebration under the goalpost, where Marcus Peters jumped up to deflect the ball and was not even close. Michael Thomas was 3 or 4 yards behind him and caught the long touchdown. Now, if Marcus Peters can return to his first-team All-Pro, this is going to be absolutely lethal for the Ravens. The Ravens Secondary would consist of Earl Thomas, Tony Jefferson, Marlon Humphrey, who's one of the best young cornerbacks in the NFL, and Marcus Peters. If he can turn his career around like he did in 2016, that is a first-team All-Pro corner. In Marcus Peters' career, he has 24 career interceptions in just 5 years. He had 8 interceptions his rookie year, which led the league. Marcus Peters has 4 pick sixes and 67 passes defensed, where 26 of them came in his rookie season, and 5 forced fumbles. So for the Rams, this means that they will be extending their streak of no first-round picks, because in 2017, they traded away their first-round pick to move up to the second overall pick with Tennessee to get Jared Goff. In 2018, they shipped off their first-round pick in exchange for Brandon Cooks, the receiver from the New England Patriots. In 2019, they traded down from the 31 overall pick with Atlanta, where Atlanta took offensive tackle Caleb McGarry. And now in 2020 and 2021, they will be trading away their first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey. Now, with this trade, I believe that the Rams have the best Super Bowl odds right now, or at least I know they have the best in the NFC now after this trade. The Rams are not doing too hot, where they've lost 3 consecutive games now. So this was, to me, I couldn't tell if this was a panic trade or if they saw, okay, the weakness of our team is corner, which we got news that they put cornerback Aqib Talib on IR after a rib injury. So maybe that this was either a trade. Okay, we're going to move on from Talib. He's been injured. I know he had missed some time last year as well. And also Talib is getting up there in age. And Ramsey, just being in the 4th year of his career, is a very young player and a very decorated player. And so this, if you listen to my Power Rankings episode, I briefly discussed the Minkah Fitzpatrick trade with the Steelers and Dolphins. And if you listen to that, you'll know that I value picks very, very, very highly. I think if you're a GM, picks should be your baby, and you should really never trade them away unless there is a perfect offer on the deal or on the table. So, usually I'm a little hesitant when I see trades that involve 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever it may be. In this case, 2 first-round picks and a 4th-round pick. But this one I'm actually okay with. I believe that all the Rams needed was some dominant defender on the edge, and now that they have this, they lost the Super Bowl last year, but I think that they can be a serious and legit Super Bowl contender this year. And with the addition of Ramsey, put them ahead of all the other NFC teams. And that will obviously secure them a spot in the Super Bowl, where, let's be honest, they're going to be playing the Patriots, because the Patriots have arguably the best defense since the 85 Bears, but that's for a different episode. So if the Rams can, capitalize off this trade, and maybe they are as good as everyone is anticipating they'll be with Jalen Ramsey, we could very well see a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. Let's just hope it's a little bit more entertaining, because that would be better for the Super Bowl and the NFL in general. So to recap, this makes the Rams will be in a 5-year drought without first-round picks. They had 3 trades today where they shipped a 5th-round pick for guard Austin Corbett. They traded Marcus Peters, a 2016 All-Pro corner, for linebacker Kenny Young, who's only 24 years old, and an undisclosed pick, which we discussed was rumored to be a 4th or 5th-round pick in the 2021 draft. And they traded for Jalen Ramsey, where they gave up the 2020 and 2021 first-round picks and a 2021 4th-round pick. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, if you have any video suggestion ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you like the video, give us a like and hit that subscribe. I know we say it every episode, but we will be getting our interview and our first special guest, Coach Fuller, who coaches at our high school. He coaches football and softball and used to coach basketball. So he's a very knowledgeable man about all sports. So it's going to be awesome to have him on the podcast. We're going to be going over the NFL, a lot of college football, and a little bit of the NBA. So if you like football and you like basketball, we've got something for you in that episode. So yeah, the Rams, let's see if their Super Bowl hopes are still alive despite losing 3 games. Thank you guys for listening.